Yo, what's going on, everybody? How we holding in there? Patch notes are out for Season 1 launch of Diablo 4, and it is, it is scary. I went through them a little bit, and it seems horrible so far, but we're gonna dig into the nitty gritty and figure out how bad this actually is, and look for some good news. And the good news actually is in my other tab. PoE comes out in less than a month now, so PoE 322. Yeah, we can deal with this for a month and then switch to PoE. XCalCon coming up, so even if it's horrible, we have a backup plan. So, before we jump into this, if you find this at all informative or helpful, please hit the like, subscribe, and give me a comment down below. What do you think of these patch notes? As we go over them, I'll point out what I think is important and what I think is just like absolutely horrible. But we're gonna go through this one by one, so sit back, relax, and let's jump into it. So this is live as of now, about 6 hours late. This is July 18th, 2023, patch 1.1. So let's just start off with the new stuff. New uniques, item legendaries. I'm gonna skip over things I don't want to read. So, but 16 unique items. So we got the one uber unique Spear of Lysander, World Tier 4 drop. Gain a random shrine effect for 10 to 20 seconds. I'm sure that's the roll on it. After killing an elite enemy, you can only occur once every 30 seconds. So half the time you have a shrine effect after you kill an elite. That seems okay. Seems like the Gull, a worse version of the Gull from PoE. I don't know, unless it has like great stats on it. Otherwise, I don't think you'd ever use this. But it seems fine. Maybe it's OP. I have no idea. But that's my opinion on that. Okay, Barbarian. Lucky hit. Your core skills have a 20% chance to freeze enemies for 3 seconds and deal cold damage to them. This seems okay. I don't know. What are the Barbarian core skills? Barbarian core skills. Oh, so Hammer of the Ancients? Okay, so this works with Hammer of the Ancients, Whirlwind, the usual suspects. I don't know. I don't think you're probably not using this over like a really good weapon though. Druid. One-handed unique miss, debilitating roar, and bloodhound deal 0.5 to 1 damage to nearby poison enemies. I think if you use like the poison creeper, it seems okay. Maybe it's usable. Necromancer. I did scroll through for a bunch of the minion and necromancer stuff. That's kind of the build I've been playing, but this is horrible. When you have an active bone storm, hitting an enemy outside of a bone storm has up to a 5 to 25% chance, huge range, to spawn an additional bone storm location. Each of your active sacrifice bonuses increases the chance by 25%, and the total number of additional bone storms you can have. So you can sacrifice 3 times, and this has a 25% chance. So there are 100% chance if you have 3 sacrifices and perfectly rolled, that you can have 4 bone storms. That seems like actually OP. Like actually insane. If you get this, like if you get this and you were like you were a bone spear bone storm build, this is like actually insane, I think. But doesn't affect minions at all. It actually promotes you not having any minions, so not cool. Anything necromancer that supports no minions, I'm just kind of out on. Rogue gets a bow penetration shot has a 30 to 80, huge range, chance to fire an arrow that bounces off walls and scenery, hitting enemies from behind while penetrating shot, makes them vulnerable. Okay, cool. Sorcerer. Oh boy. Sorcerer got hurt. It starts here. Gain the effect of the teleport enchantment for free. When you evade using teleport enchantment, you are taken to a random location. It's unusable. Unusable in any game that has ground degen. This game has a ton of it. This is an unusable weapon. Sorry, sorcerers. You got nothing here. Have flat damage effects with scale power, for example. Sure. Azarath and Fleshrender. Sources got wrecked. You literally can't use this. Okay. On to the aspects. General. Audacity, utility. When utility, so this can't go on like weapon. When there are at least 5 close enemies, stun them for 4 seconds, it's gonna curve. This is horrible, you never use this. You want to stun, use an ability that stuns. Ability aspect Craven, you gain 24% increased move speed when you're moving away from slowed or chilled enemies. Meh. I'd rather just have flat move speed somewhere. These are both pretty meh. Unless I'm missing some weird interaction. Barbarian, offensive aspect. Charge calls forth 4 ancients who also charge, dealing 5 to 100% normal damage. I mean, if you use charge, you'd use this, I guess. I don't think I'd go on my way to charge to use this, though. Druid, subterranean offensive poison creepers, active also cast landslide and a circle around your earth skills deal 10% increased damage to poison enemies. Pretty good. I saw some like said like trample slide would use this, but trample slide got nerfed somewhere else, so I'm not gonna go into that, but I don't play Druid much. Necromancer, Gorquils, Blood Lance consume blood orbs to also conjure lances from them. Each additional blood lance deals 20 to 50% of normal damage and prioritizes targeting unlanced enemies. I mean, if you're playing a blood lance build, you're gonna use this. That's cool. It seems pretty cool actually. You use like blood lance. Actually, I kind of want to try this. Blood lance consume blood orbs also. You summon a bunch of blood orbs. You can have a gazillion blood lances over. Each has deals. Sure. Blood lance will consume blood orbs. Conjure lances from them. This isn't like a lucky hit. This is just will happen. And they deal up to 50% of normal damage and prioritizes targeting unlanced enemies. This could be interesting if you're playing. This could make that build better for sure. Pestilent points. Every third cast of puncture is poison imbued. How? I'm sorry. I'm going back to Necromancer. What's the cooldown on Blood Lance? Bloodlands, Diablo 4. They really had to make up for like the bug, right? Oh, is this it just costs essence? You can just spam this? Might be okay. If you can figure out a way to get like a bunch of blood orbs, transform blood orb. This is actually interesting. If you can figure out a way to get a bunch of blood orbs, this is a little interesting. I like it. Also on points, every third cast of puncture is poison imbued with a sure rogue stuff. Sorcerer, Searing Winds. After spending 200 to 100 mana, your next firewall is free to cast and will destroy incoming small missiles. Sure. That's like super niche. Why would you ever care if your firewall is free and destroys incoming missiles? Is incoming missiles just like projectiles for enemies? Like, okay, whatever. So once in a while your firewall is a little bit better and free. Even if you're playing a firewall build, you wouldn't use this, right? Whatever. We'll do quickly through the bug fixes. This will be probably many fixes of Screen Eater. Cool. Challenges. Fix a bunch of bug challenges. This is... You can read through them if you want. Swap play. Don't care. Dungeons. There were a bunch of like weird dungeon issues where things just like weren't completing when you collected everything you needed. So these are all like pretty good that they're fixed. I don't see the ones. I always have the bug where I walk into like a room that like seals you in, but puts you on. It makes it look like you're coming in from the other entrance. I don't see that was fixed in here, so that's a little annoying. Yeah, I just don't see it at all. Not in here. I don't know if anybody else has seen that bug. Let me know. Leave it down in the comments below. I see that bug like almost every time I walk into like one of those like rooms and where you like have to unlock it. And then puts another door right on the other side of it, or another like fog wall, and you just come in from the other side for some reason. It completely throws you off. Your minions are like in the wrong spot because they come through the right door, and you're by yourself. It's really weird. Gameplay bugs. Barbarian. Don't super care about this. Fix an issue or Maelstrom could be cast more than forever. Sure. That was dealing far more damage than intended. Fix an issue with average of the quakes created by hammer. Mercantile jump is a significant decrease in damage in Barbarian build, but we do not want its strength to be reliant on an underlying bug. Oh! Rip Hammer Nature. This just says we're not fixing it either. We're not going to make it better. Oof. Fix an issue or there's Zoom 2 pull. Okay, that's just a bug. That's fine. Fix an issue with the automatic transformation. Enhanced pulverize buff would not remove itself all the time. Sure, whatever. Not deal damage. That's. I mean, these are just actual bug fixes. Cool. Necromancer. Sure, Necromancer could not obtain daggers. Sure, don't particularly care. Fix an issue where Necromancer means life bonus deactivate while in town. Never noticed this. It's pretty rare that this would ever actually be an issue, as long as they were fixed when we got outside town. Fix an issue where Bone Spear cast or Chilling Wind from an elite enemy would increase the number of generated echoes for that cast. Didn't know that was a thing. Weird bug. Fix an issue where Enhanced Bone Spear could cause erratic movement. Fix an issue where canceling Blood Mist when it's already off cooldown would immediately recast it. Oh, sure. Okay. Rogue and Sorcerer. Fix an issue where the Firebolt enchantment effect did not contribute to the combustion key passive. Isn't that like huge? You're seeing? Wait, we're like Sorcerer's just not like a lot of stuff was just like not triggering. Fix an issue where casting Deep Freeze would prevent the Ice Shard enchantment from triggering. Okay, well, like this is actually like these bug fixes are kind of buffs, but we're not gonna we're not going there. So fix multiple instances where players could unnaturally teleport during boss encounters. Sure, these are all just like generic bug fixes. Yeah. Oh, this one. Fix an issue where cold enchanted monsters would freeze players more often than intended in higher roll tiers. Yeah, this was super annoying. So I'm glad they're calling that a bug and not just the way it was meant to be. Good on them for fixing it. Helltides, fix an issue. Yeah, this was some weird Helltide issues. Where like you'd be in a town and weren't actually in a town, you'd still be attacked, so they fixed that. Fixing issues with Ring of Starless Skies. Okay, sure. Ask for the Protector could trigger if very effective for stream. Oh, just like wrong stats on stuff. Fix an issue where aspect power would also increase when upgrading an item at the blacksmith. Alright. Level requirements fixed, kind of one of the big things there that were like we considered a really good thing. Fixed level requirement for sacred items will now cap at 60. Level requirements for ancestral items will cap at 80. Just helpful for like using gear on a new character. You can get it earlier. Ancestral could go like up to level 100. It was pretty bad. Fix an issue where the mother's embracing unique ring do not trigger properly with several abilities. It's only interesting because I think this was the guaranteed unique you get when you beat the game, right? So everybody had this and it just wasn't working right. It's kind of a yikes, Blizzard, honestly. Quests and events I don't care about. User interface and use UI. Oh, let's see here. Some titles, cult leader paragon passive. Sure, like these are fixes, they're actually just bugs. Yeah, just various UI improvements mostly. Yeah, this is all fine, whatever. And miscellaneous. That was an interesting bug, didn't know that was a thing. Okay. Just more stuff. Loading screen updates, we got a new loading screen update. That's whatever. Alright, jump back into it. Gameplay updates, finally. Okay, gameplay updates. Here we go. Okay, we got through the boring stuff. Stretch it out. Gameplay updates. Altar of Lilith unlocks are now account-wide. Great. That discovery is now account-wide. Great. Whistles no longer reward sigil dust. That's pretty bad. Overall loot quality has been significantly improved for silent chests. Needed to do that because it was useless. I think I'd still rather just gamble and target gamble though. The channel time for the leave dungeon ability has been increased from 3 to 5 seconds. Not really sure why, but sure. Generally reduce the tendency for many monsters to move around in combat so that melee characters don't have to chase down their enemies as much. Let me do it again. We've generally reduced the tendency for many monsters to move around. Oh, so minions just don't move as much? Interesting. Dual sensitive wireless controller for PC. Renown value adjustment. Side quest renown rewards value increase from 20 to 30, dungeon from 30 to 40. This change is retroactive, and the additional renown gain will be applied to characters who have already completed side quests and dungeons. Common, that's a W. Was there to actually, yeah, it's a W. Now you don't have to do like everything in a zone to get to the 5th. That's fine. W. World tier. World tier 2 has had the following bonuses added. Bonus gold from 15 to 20. Sure. Monsters now drop 15% more items. We like where World Tier 2 has landed overall, but are increasing its reward pace to better align with its difficulty. Pretty much nobody plays World Tier 2. Because it's, at least in hardcore, because you would never play World Tier 2, because World Tier 1 is basically the same amount of experience. You get a little bit more just from killing monsters. That doesn't fix this problem. Or this doesn't fix that problem of like there's an experience problem. I want more experience for doing World Tier 2. I don't care. Like a little bit of gold and like some items that the problem with the items is like every item you drop in World Tier 2 gets replaced as you get to World Tier 3, so it doesn't actually matter. And every level you get is you get a new item. So it doesn't really matter getting more items. Level scaling inside dungeons and most overworld territories has been adjusted in World Tiers 3 and 4. Monsters will be able to trail behind the player in level after a certain point, up to a maximum of 5 levels behind. This change does not affect world bosses, Legion events, Fields of Hatred, Helltide, or Nightmare dungeons. Developer note: we want to give players a better sense of their power progression and mastery over the world while still challenging themselves with structured endgame. This is their answer to people saying that they did not feel like they were actually getting stronger. I guess it's sort of fair, but World Tier 3 is aimable. If the player's level is below 55, the monster's level is 55. If the player's level is 56 to 60, the monster's level is 55. If the player's level is 61, the monster's level is 56. 5 under. At this point, the monster will always be -5 until World Tier 3's max monster level of 70. World Tier 4, start at 75. Sure. Same thing. And always be -5. Okay, cool. This is like a little interesting, I guess. I'm pretty sure this will affect the waste level. I know they want to super incentivize doing Nightmare dungeons instead of just spamming the same dungeon over and over. I think this kind of does that. But the next part's already experienced, so I'm getting like super worried that they like are going to overdo this. Reward experience for completing Whispers in World Tiers 3 and 4 have been significantly increased. Interesting. I thought they were already pretty good. We observed the experience bonus reward for killing higher level monsters escalates too fast, significantly escalates too fast compared to the relative challenge result. We still want to reward players for taking on this challenge by encouraging them to participate in power leveling together instead of one player killing enemies while another member of the party waits at the dungeon entrance. Is that what that does? We have observed the experience bonus reward for killing higher level monsters. Oh, this is talking about the next. Every developer noticed but so far has been for the prior. This is talking about the next section. Thanks, Blizzard. We're adjusting bonus experience rewards for killing monsters at a higher level than the player. Preseason bonuses. Pre-season of the Malignant, so current. Oh my god, their wording here is horrible. Pre-season of the Malignant bonuses. 15, 20, 25 for 3+. Post-season, 1.5%. Oh my god, it's so much worse. Okay, so the big problem here is that if you're playing by yourself, they're talking about targeting like parties, but they're actually targeting everybody. The big problem here is that if you were playing by yourself, you would try to do content that's 3 levels higher than you because you got the max bonus. Now to get the max bonus, you have to do plus 10 levels higher than you, which is super difficult, nearly impossible, like for most parts of the game, and you get less. And you are doing more difficult content, gaining less experience. You went from getting 25 plus 25% to plus 4.5% for 3 levels higher. Oh, Blizzard, why? Why though? They're also adjusting experience rewards for monster level offsets for this combined with this means like you're like never in zones unless you're doing Nightmare dungeons that you're higher level than you. Okay. Ugh. Also adjusting experience rewards for monster level offsets for higher world. Its current world tier level offsets. World tier 2 up to +3. Plus 100. We are changing this to up to +3. What does this even mean? Okay, for example, you're level 1. Your friends bring you to world tier 4 and leave you at the entrance of a dungeon. They start killing level 100 monsters. Prior to Season of the Malignant, you get level 100 monster XP times 1 plus 2 plus 20 hard. After they just capped. Oh yeah, they just nerfed like power leveling. It's still good. It's just like significantly nerfed. Well, you couldn't do this though. You're level 1. Your friends can bring you to world tier 4. You can't bring you to a higher world tier. So that was a bug fix. Whatever. We're looking to increase the danger in Helltide's risk reward gameplay and make the monsters a bit more challenging and the tortured gift of mysteries harder to open. No, this is bad, Blizzard. This is something people already didn't want to do. We did it because it was good and rewarding, though. Now you're making it more difficult. Ultimate monster is now 3 levels higher than the player instead of 2. Great. And I get less reward for this, so great. Tortured gift from mystery chest now is 250 instead of 165. I don't care about this. This thing was overpowered. Anybody who complains about this just wanted easier loot. This thing was overpowered. So it was too strong. You'd always go for it. There was no choices in Helltide. You just always do this chest. So giving it to a point where you have to actually make a decision is actually, I think, a good thing. I know. Boomer I'll take there, but it's fine. All interactable objects in Helltide zones now have a small chance of dropping aberrant cinders. Sure. Balance update. Let's read the developer note. We got another big one here. I'm gonna take a sip of my drink. As our community continues to battle burning hells, the builds emerging from new players have shocked and delighted us. We've chosen to focus Season of the Malignant's balance updates on clear itemization disparities over redesigns of class features. The class changes are largely focused on numeric increases to skill upgrades and legendary aspects that players haven't yet found compelling. Additionally, okay, so that sounds like buffs. Oh boy. Additionally, we're changing the critical strike damage paragon list to empower all damage instead of only core skills, okay, to enable more build strategies. There are also a few class stat decreases on sources which grant extreme amount of damage, healing, or unstoppable. In general, we prefer build-specific changes to be bonuses instead of decreases. We feel these changes are necessary for the overall health of the game. Oh, they're justifying nerfs. Diablo 4 is a game that is continually evolving through seasons, thus the adjustments. Barbarian website's bricked, because why not? Oh. Double swing, vulnerable better. Upheaval, better. I mean, these aren't significant though. Power charge cooldown reduction is now capped to 3 targets for maximum 9 seconds of cooldown reduction. Okay. Tactical ground stop fury gain increased from 25 to 40. Okay. And death blow damage bonus to bosses increased from 100 to 100%. Lower damage increased from 2.5 to 3 seconds. Enhanced rupture damage increased from 30 to 45. I don't play Barbarian. Slow amount increase now only slows health. What? Why? Okay. Aspects. Freaking duration increase from increase, duration increase, damage increase, damage increase. Aspect of Ironware damage reduction increased. Lucky hit chance increased. Lucky hit chance increased. Lucky hit chance increased. Alright, someone's gonna tell me I'm wrong in the comments. Is Whirlwind Barbarian fine? Unless we get deeper in here, it looks like Whirlwind Barbarian's basically fine. Or I don't understand how Barbarian works. That's also an option. Let me know down below, but it seems like Whirlwind Barbarian is just fine. Druid. Bonus increased. Damage reduction reduced. Okay, that's a nerf. Older damage increase. Savage Trample Spirit gain increase. Yeah, they're trying to make like the ones that aren't being used better. Duration increase now grants unstoppable instead of while active. Now grants unstoppable for 6 seconds instead of while active. Okay. Well, people just getting like people are just getting like permanent unstoppable, right? The problem. That's a nerf. Boon. House of Her has lucky chance. Paragon. Affect all damage instead of just core skills. Aspects. Lucky chance increased. Spirit increased. Damage bonus increased. Aspect of healing increased. Cooldown reduction reduced. They had like, okay. Well, the thing we're seeing is a lot. I think they really targeted CDR. Damage bonus increased. Increased. Sexual Fury Weber skills ranks increased from 2 to 3. Increased skill ranks increased from 2 to 3. Interesting. Necromancer. Let's go. Let's go, Necromancer. Decompose. Slow. Increased. Okay. Quality life. Paranormal Sever. Cast required for vulnerable reduced from 4 to 3. Still not good. Enhanced Blood Surge healing. I don't care about Blood Surge. or Blood Lance. Bone Prison and initial essence gain increase from 15 to 25. Aberrant Unremained healing increase from 5 to 7% of max life. Golems move faster and unhindered through enemies when their cooldown is activated. Didn't Iron Golem already have this? That was part of their ability. Green Blood Wave leaves behind blood orbs earlier in its path. Sure. Raised Skeleton, Corpse Explosion, and Corpse Tendrils range for auto-targeting corpses on mouse and keyboard increased by 50%. Clap up, clap up. We still don't have the auto button that console players do, but good. Raised Skeleton Skeletal Priest bonus damage increase from 20 to 30%, just straight buff for every minion build. Raised Skeleton Skeletal Priest healing increase from 10 to 15, just a straight 50% buff on Skeletal Priest. Good. Passives. Evulsion bonus damage vulnerable reduced from 6, 12, 18 to 5, 10, 15. Nerf to bone builds. Transfusion minion healing increase from 15, 30, 45 to 20, 40, 60. I think now it's relevant to get that capped out. That's pretty big. Drain Vitality lucky a chance increase from 25 to 30%. Drain Vitality. Okay, Amplify Damage. Amplify Damage, this is a good one. I was already using this, so I'm glad this is getting buffed. Thanks. Look at the Dead. Necromancer is an automatically resummon after respawning during a world boss fight. Okay, good. Skeleton Warriors, Defenders, upgraded Thorns, don't care. Shadow Skeleton Mages, upgraded attacks required for additional Shadow Bolt required reduced from 5 to 4. This is actually quite good. If you're doing a Shadow Blight variant of minion build, because this will proc Shadow Blight more often. Because you're getting an additional Shadow Bolt every 4 instead of every 5, so you're basically doing 5 attacks and the same time it take you to do 6 now? I don't know, it's better. Bone Skeleton Mages, I don't know who uses these, so I don't care. Iron Golem upgrade attacks required for slam attack reduced from 5 to 4. Iron Golem upgrade attacks. Yeah, you're not using this for you're never, if you're playing Iron Golem, you're always taking the vulnerable slam. So Paragon Essence Glyphs bonus now affects all damage instead of just core skills. Okay. Aspect. Splintering Aspect bone shard damage bonus reduced from 50 to 100 to 30 to 60. There's the first big nerf for, or second big nerf for Bone Spear. Plunging Darkness bonus increase. Coldbringer's Aspect Blizzard cooldown reduced from 10 to 8. So we're just getting more blizzards from our cold mages. That's cool. Aspect of Hungry Blood chance increase. Blood Soaked increased. Ultimate Shadow damage increased. Aspect of Grasping Veins. Second big nerf to the Bone Spear build. Critical damage from 30 to 60 to 20 to 40. This is the Corpse Tendrils aspect. Bonus Bone Storm duration increased from 4 to 8 to 5 to 10. Oh, this is good. I was using this. This is just good. This might make it so you don't have to use the Shadow version of Bone Storm and take him another spot. This is actually pretty relevant. Damage bonus, blood bathed aspect. Reduced from 65. Aspect of Reanimator, Skeleton's damage bonus increase from 20 to 30 to 30 to 40. Ah, pretty good. It's better. It was fringe usable. It might be usable now. Rogue. Oh, that's general. Sorry. Rogue Spear. Oh boy. I don't know rogue abilities, so me reading this is useful. I'm gonna skip it. Sork. Sorks are mad, right? They're mad about their passives, about their enchantment. Yeah, they just got wrecked. I'm not gonna read all this because I know what it says because everybody's complaining about Sork. Basically, they took a class. The problem we have with Sork isn't that it actually dealt really good damage. I thought Sork dealt a really good amount of damage, but it could not stay alive. So now they made it do less damage, but also didn't fix any of the problems with it staying alive. So now it's just bad. So instead of being bad in the fact that it couldn't stay alive, now it's bad in the fact that it can't stay alive and it does less damage. So I'm not sure what Blizzard was thinking here. This is bad. I don't need to read all of this to know that this is bad. Alright, general aspects. Maximum stature from 100 to 60, reducing maximum bonus from 25 to 50 to 15 to 30. Ouch. You're still gonna use this. That's the good thing. That's like the one thing. You're still gonna use this. It hurts though. You're going from 50% bonus armor to 30. You're just losing 20% bonus armor. Aspect of Retribution, bonus damage to stunned reduced from 20 to 40 to 10 to 20. Blur's aspect bonus damage to unstoppable from 20 to 50 to 20 to 40. Starlight aspect resource restore increase from 10 to 20 to 20 to 40. Did they make the Butcher stronger? Butcher's cleaver slow increase. Okay. Drop rate adjustments. Increase bonus to drop ancestral and sacred items in neighbor dungeons from +5 to +10. Make it higher. I don't want to do a T30 nightmare dungeon and not get gear out of it. Make it higher. Remove a 20% chance to drop an extra equipment item from elite monsters outside of nightmare dungeons. Remove a 20% chance. Wait, they're making elite monsters outside of nightmare dungeons and outside worse? Brother. Why? Did something good. Did something bad. Increased chance to drop an extra equipment item from elite monsters in nightmare dungeons and outside. I'm gonna explain what they did here. They got rid of a flat 20% chance and added 10% to nightmare dungeons. They took 20% away from all other minions and added 10% to the ones in nightmare dungeons. So they net did minus 10% to all minions. Don't read this and think anything else is a nerf. These two make a nerf. Nightmare dungeons now 50% chance to drop a second legendary item upon completion. That's pretty good, I guess. Yeah. Nightmare dungeons now give 3 rare items upon completion, up from 1. Cool. Actually cool. They gave 3? Oh, the boss drops 3. Are they talking about the thing at the end? Doesn't they give you 2? Oh, hold on. Nightmare dungeons now drop a second legendary item upon completion. So there were 2 slots. One was legendary, one was rare. So now you have a 50% chance to get a second legendary item. So you're always going to get the one, 50% chance for a second. And then you're going to get 3 rare items. So you could get 5 items at the end of a nightmare dungeon now. Actually, that's good. This is actually really good. I was at first upset that they only were going to incentivize nightmare dungeons by making the only place to get experience, which they have done. But also making it a good place to get gear is also what they need to do. Giving me more rewards for completing nightmare dungeons is good. I like this change. This is a good change. I read this first line wrong. I thought this would make 50% chance for the second one to be upgraded to legendary, but it's not. You're still getting the rare, and you're getting 3 of them now, and you have 50% of the time you're getting 2 legendaries. So 50% of the time you're getting 5 items. Other 50% of the time you're getting 4 items. This is good. Monsters. Increased monster HP scaling from 85 to 100% bonus per extra player in a party. So they really hate group play. Greed Shrine. World bosses now drop potions more often. Okay, I don't think I care about this, do I? There's no longer a limit of how many materials you can refine to higher materials once. Ah, good idea. Item affixes. I breezed through the patch notes, and this is a huge section. So I'm probably just gonna read the notes on these because I don't think it's worth going through each piece of this, but it's pretty clear what's gonna happen here. Many affixes are too efficient and are outshining alternatives. We're looking to refine the outliers, improve the number of meaningful choices on competitive slots, and increase the overall flexibility of items. We know these changes will reduce the total amount of possible power character class. Nerf. So we'll be monitoring how these changes affect players' ability to conquer expected milestones throughout the season. We're increasing the availability of the affixes below to make them easier to include different builds. Can now appear on hands. So were these mastery skill and that can appear on sorcerer, weapon scales, and core skill damage, resistance to elements, can appear in fields. This used to be just on Sork, right? Now appear on every generation, yeah. So the core stat bonus on weapons. So this is they added some stuff, whatever. Developer notes the core stat bonus on weapons has been overperforming, so we're pulling back on these bonuses. Core stat bonuses. Oh, sure. Yeah, they were really big, to be fair. They were obscenely big. I was level 50 on a necromancer. I walked into tier into a world tier 3, and I got like a plus 120 int staff. So maybe it's needed a little nerf. Cooldown reduction affixes often felt mandatory due to their raw power. We imagine CDR will remain a highly desirable stat, but the penalty for not prioritizing won't be as harsh. Cooldown reduction reduced by 30%. Imbuement skill cooldown reduction reduced by 30%. Trap skills. I mean, hitting CDR is like just annoying. If I prioritize CDR because I think it makes my build still stronger, I should be able to do that. Doesn't change anything. I'm still going for CDR. I want to use all my abilities as much as possible. We're seeing critical strike damage and vulnerable damage often viewed as the hard requirement for a build success. We believe this is a step towards allowing more builds to flourish, and will continue to make changes in support of this goal. It seems required because you made it required. Like they screwed up the damage in this game. And they're trying to fix it by changing numbers now, and the core mechanics of this game is a problem. Critical strike damage reduced by 17%. Lightning critical strike damage reduced. Critical strike damage with bone, earth, and moral skills reduced. Vulnerable damage reduced by 40% across the board on items. That is a huge nerf. But you absolutely still need to do vulnerable damage. I can do the math problem some other time to break it down. Critical strike damage and vulnerable inherent reduced by 65%. Inherent on crossbows reduced by 50% inherent on swords. That's huge. Damage bonus to crowd control enemies was overperforming relative to the ease of because everything's crowd control in this game. But yep, so it just got decreases. Frozen got increased. Little pog. We have seen that skillful players are frequently slaughtering monsters many levels above their own. We want to support this. No, you don't. But the current situation is beyond what we believe is correct for the long-term health of the game. To chase this goal, we're shifting power to many offensive affixes from defensive affixes. Shifting power to many offensive affixes from defensive. We know this will make our endgame content more deadly, particularly for those chasing our pinnacle boss. We'll take every ounce of grit. What? I'm confused. Oh, because these are all increased. These are all the damage ones they're increasing. Total armor reduced by 30%. Total armor and Wereborn reduced by 25. Damage reduction reduced by 20. They're just making you less tanky by making numbers smaller. Oh my god. Oh, thank god this is over. You can... They want you to be glass cannons. They want you to do more damage and die more often. They just made hardcore harder. Total armor reduced by 30%. And they didn't touch resistances. They didn't make resistances better. They just made armor worse. Made armor worse with this, and they made armor worse with the change to the aspect. They double nerfed armor. And didn't make resistances better. What, Blizzard? You can't just do that. What? Okay. That's the patch notes. Next PoE League is in a month. Like, comment, subscribe. This was bad. This is really bad. We have hope, right? The Malignant Jewels could be good. And our second chance at hope is PoE in a month. Alright, bye.